Good afternoon everyone. Myself Assistant Professor Chetan Devashish Bose, and I am a faculty of Department of Management Studies working in Shroff College. Today we are going to revise few of the topics that we have covered in Module 1. Module 1 of Environmental Studies. So let us start with the first concept, and the first concept is environmental studies. What is environmental studies basically? Environmental study is a study of human interaction with the nature. So the interaction of human and its surrounding is nothing but environmental studies. It is also known as environmental science, environmental studies, and yes, it is also known as ecology. What is ecology? It is nothing but a different name which is given for environmental studies. Is it clear so far? So basically when I talk about ecology, or else I talk about environmental science, or else environmental studies, I'm talking about various disciplines, various subjects which are related with nature, which are related with humans, which are related with plants, which are related with social science, etc. So environmental studies, which is also known as ecology, is a study of complex nature because it is a combined study of nature, it is a combined study of social science, it is a combined study of human being. Now let us try to understand the next topic. Why there is a need to study environmental science? Why there is a need to study environmental studies? Why there is a need to study environmental education? Whether I talk about need, whether I talk about importance, whether I talk about significance, these terms are different, but the answer will remain the same. Whether I talk about importance, whether I talk about significance, whether I talk about the need of environmental study or environmental education, the answer would be same. Remember, the question can also be twisted as what are the importance of ecology study? Why we are doing the study of ecology? What is ecology? Environmental science. Well, it is important in various ways, because when we study environment, what exactly we come to know? We come to know about sustainable development. What is sustainable development? The development which doesn't destruct the present and future. The development which take care of present and also the need of future generation. So when I talk about sustainable development, it means I'm talking about that development which thinks about current generation and also take care about future generation. That is actually sustainable development is. Right? The next thing is, why we should do environmental study? Why should we study this subject? Because it talks about resource conservation. What is resource conservation? See, resources are limited in nature, isn't it? There are petrol, there are fuel, there are fossil fuels, diesel. They are limited. Now, if we exploit them, if we overuse them, what will happen? What will left for future? Nothing would be left for future, which means that there is no conservation, which is harmful for future generation, right? So that is why we study environmental studies, so that we can understand the importance of resource conservation, wherein we save resources, we try not to exploit resources, we try to prevent resources. This is the only subject which talks about safely using the resources so that it can be used in present as well as in future. Next, it also talks about biodiversity preservation. There are many species. Whether I talk about flora, what is flora? Flowers, plants. Then whether I talk about fauna, what is fauna? I'm talking about animals and various microbes. We all are part of this planet. When I talk about all the species in one term, it means I'm talking about biodiversity. We all are directly and indirectly dependent on each other. So biodiversity preservation, which will help us to survive and maintain a balance on the planet. What if we do not have plants? Then what will happen? Will we get rain? And can we survive without water, without rain? What if it doesn't rain and the plants doesn't get water? Can we get food grains? So it means this is the subject which talks about biodiversity. This is a subject which talks about to preserve all the species that we have so that the balance of life on earth can be maintained. Now apart from this, it also talks about climate change. What is climate change mitigation? Have you heard about global warming? Is the temperature of the earth increasing? Is the ice melting? So in which subject or in which discipline we talk about this? We talk all this on the subject that is environmental studies. So in order to tackle the problem of climate change, it's important that we understand the various aspects of environment. That is why there's a need to study this subject. Pollution control. What exactly we have done as a human being? We are developing, that is what we are saying. We are constructing buildings, we are constructing atomic energies, nuclear plants. But what is happening along with this? We are creating noise pollution, air pollution, land pollution, soil pollution. Is it good for health? It is not good for health, not good for anyone. Creating pollution. So when we study this subject, we understand the importance of controlling all these pollutions. If we don't control them, what will happen? Our health will get impacted. See, you may think that will it have a direct impact? Of course it doesn't have a direct impact, but it has an indirect impact. That is one of the reasons why people earlier used to live easily 80, 90 and 100 years without any disease, and now a person at the age of 30, 40, 50 or 60 is suffering from cancer and dying at 60 or 70. Is it factual? Am I making sense when I'm saying that? If you see in your own house, you will find someone who is ill with diabetes. You will find someone who is ill with cancer. Why it is happening? You will see if it is not in your house, then it is at neighbor. Because it's an environment which is not directly impacting you. It is slowly and gradually killing you and your loved ones. This is the only subject which says that we need to think very wisely. We need to take certain measures so that we can improve our health and the health of the environment. So it creates public awareness. We should not use plastic. We should not use vehicle which runs on fossil fuel. Isn't it? That is how government make policies. Have you heard government making policies ban all petrol vehicles? Petrol vehicles and diesel vehicles are going to be scrapped after few decades. Do you know about that? Why we are doing so? Because the average life expectancy of a people residing in abroad in healthy area is 80 years. But what is the average life expectancy of you all? Do you know that? It's only 58 years to 62 years. And you can die at any point of time between this year. What is the cost of making you or your loved one alive for a day? How much you pay to see your mom and dad alive for a day? If God comes and asks you, I think so you would give everything that you have in your life. So that is what this subject says, that you not need to give everything in your life, but yes, you need to take small important measures and steps. We, government, has to frame policies which can reduce the harmful effect on the environment so that we can see our loved one for a longer period of time. So that is why this subject is important, the importance of it. Apart from this, people are coming, globes are coming together, they are making decisions, they are making policies so that we can come up with a greener planet. That's it for the first section.